Hey, this is Jackie and welcome to my kitchen. I'm so glad to see you. I'm going to share with you how to make my big breakfast. We have our smoked turkey sausage and we have buttermilk, blueberry pancakes with blueberry compote, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to make an omelet. Thanks so much for stopping by, and here we go. Okay, so here I'm excited to share this recipe with you. This is what I call my big breakfast. So let me give you ingredients that are going to go into this breakfast. You're going to really love it. So here, today I'm going to show you how to make an omelet. Omelets are not that hard to make. They're pretty easy and they're so tasty. So here I have 3 eggs, and this is going to be a mushroom, spinach, and cheese omelet. So I have my mushroom already cut up, then I have my cheese here, and that cheese was grated, and then I have my spinach. My spinach has already been washed, and I've kind of, diced it up a little small here, and these are baby spinach, so it's a lot easier to work with. And so I have a smoked turkey sausage. You're going to really love this. And then of course a little salt, pepper that's going to go here with my omelet. And then I also have some avocado spray that I'm going to be using as well. This is so that the omelet won't stick to the pan, makes it nice and easy to work with. And then I have my blueberry buttermilk pancakes that I'm going to be sharing with you. So these are the ingredients that go in with it. Of course, we have some baking soda, some flour. I'm using all-purpose flour, some butter. Then we have sugar. And of course, I'm going to share the recipe with you down in the comments. There we have 2 eggs, and we're going to have some vanilla, and of course, the buttermilk is what we have here. And for some more ingredients here, we have, this is baking soda and baking powder. It's going to give it a nice rise and tenderness to those good blueberry pancakes. And then of course, I'm going to make a special blueberry compote that's going to go with this. And so of course I have my blueberries. They've already been washed, and I have sugar added into them, and I'm going to be including the vanilla and the lemon also in this compote, and it's going to be really nice, a nice flavor. Instead of using syrup, I'm going to use the compote to go along with these blueberry pancakes. So we're going to go ahead and get started, and we're going to start making this good big breakfast. All right, so here we're going to go ahead and get started with this omelet. I'm going to show you just how easy it is to make an omelet. So let me turn the burner on. Now, keep in mind that in particular, when you're making an omelet or when you're making eggs, don't have the burners up high. Just use it to maybe a medium to low, because you want it to cook slow. You don't want it to burn, because it'll burn real easy. So here we've got the flame on. It's about at a point of being low. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to spray this down. And the way I like to cook my omelet, there are several ways that you can cook it, but the way I like to cook mine is to go ahead and to cook the vegetables first. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to add in our mushrooms. And then we're going to add in our spinach. Now, try not to overload it because your omelet is, it's going to come out kind of clumpy looking. So I think this is about the right consistency as far as the amount of vegetables that I want to have in my omelet. So I'm going to get these vegetables cooked down. And while these vegetables are cooking, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to scramble my eggs. For an omelet, I would say use like a minimum of 2 eggs in your omelet. when you're using one egg, it's not going to be enough to really cover, and you want that coverage on your omelet. So today's omelet, since this is a big breakfast, okay, is I have 3 eggs that I'm going to be whisking. And we're just going to do like a gentle whisk on these eggs. I'm going to add a little pepper, and I'm going to add just a little bit of salt, just to give it a little flavor. And this is more like a dash of salt. Remember, you know, there's salt in the cheese, so you know you don't want to use too much salt. And I always gently scramble the eggs. I don't add any water, I don't add any milk to it, because it's really not necessary. When you cook your eggs on a low flame, that's what keeps it fluffy. Take a look at our vegetables, are cooking down pretty good. Now with an omelet, you can include whatever you would like. Some people like onions, some like tomatoes. So today we're just kind of sticking to something simple, which we have your spinach and also our mushrooms, and we're gonna add a little cheese in it, okay? You know, I always like a nice omelet for breakfast. I do it all kind of ways. Sometimes I just have spinach. Sometimes I add a little sausage in my omelet as well. And it's just very tasty, very filling. Now, I know this is a non-stick pan, but I usually continue, you know, to add when it comes time for the eggs, because I want them to be able to flip real easy. I add give it just a, you know, another little spray of oil. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to spread my vegetables just a little. We're going to add the eggs in. Remember, we already added some salt and some pepper in here. So I'm adding the eggs, and I am pouring it over the mixture, making sure that the vegetables are covered. And as you can see, around the edges is starting to bubble and cook. Let me turn it down just a little bit more, okay? Now, this is what we do to make sure the eggs are cooked good, is we're going to pull it in and let some of the liquid come out, kind of take its place. And just tilt your pan and let it fill in. See, that's nice and easy. And I usually kind of tilt the pan a little because you want to get that egg nice and evenly cooked. So I'm just going to let that sit for a minute. And while it's doing that, as you can see, that, you know, the edges kind of get cooked up a lot faster than the inside. So what I'm going to do is kind of rub my spatula around the edges and get it ready to be flipped. And I start like at the edge here, and then as I go around, I kind of move it in a little bit closer to the center so I can loosen it up some. There you go. Oh man, this is looking really good. So as you can see here, as I'm moving it around, you're not really seeing any of the egg because it's cooked pretty good. So the last thing I'm going to add on here is going to be the cheese. And I grated my cheese. I like using the block cheese and grating it myself because my understanding, like the cheese, I mean, you know, that's already grated. It has a chemical in there that keeps it from clumping. So, you know, I'm trying to avoid a lot of that. And so I just get the block cheese and grate it myself. Okay, so here, as you can see, the movement here in the pan. And now this is pretty much ready to flip. So we're going to go ahead and flip it over. Wow, look at that. And there's your omelet. You have your vegetables spread out. That's pretty, almost, colorful with the egg and the spinach. And then you have your mushroom there. And it's got a lot of nice movement. So the next thing is I can go ahead and I can get this plated, and you're going to see it slide right off. Look at that. Nice and smooth. Oh man. And let me turn this burner off. Just look at how fluffy that is. It's nice cheese that's oozing out. This is so good. I can't wait to eat it. So this is how you could do a nice fluffy omelet. You see, it's real easy to do. Next time you have breakfast, try this and make yourself a nice fluffy omelet at home. Okay, so here we're getting ready to get started our blueberry pancakes, and I've started on the blueberry compote. You can take this, blueberry compote, and you can puree it, make it more into a syrup, but I just wanted to keep it in the compote frame. So here I have my blueberries, and I put some sugar in here, and they just started cooking. So I'm going to add a little bit of fresh lemon juice, and then just a tiny bit of vanilla. And again, I'm going to share the recipe with you so that you have, don't panic because I'm not telling you the amounts, and we will mix that up in there. Oh, it's looking good. So I'm gonna let this cook, put the top on. I turned the burner down so that it won't cook too fast. I don't want it to burn. So here on this back burner, I have my smoked turkey sausage going, and that's going pretty good. So now let's go ahead and show you how to make these really delicious buttermilk blueberry pancakes, okay? Okay, so we're making these blueberry buttermilk pancakes, and I have my flour already. The 2 eggs, of course, I'm just gonna go, and again, I'm just gonna lightly scramble them, just add them to the batter. I don't think that there's really an order, that you have to follow. My thing is, as long as you get all the ingredients in, it's gonna work for you. So here I have, this is the baking soda, baking powder, and we've got some salt that we're adding in. Then we have our sugar. And of course, vanilla. And this is our buttermilk. I'm just gonna add it in a little at a time. Then I'm gonna give it a slight mix with all the other ingredients. Now the wonderful thing about this batter is, don't worry if there are lumps in the batter, okay? That's all going to be taken care of. Let me go ahead and add a little bit more of this buttermilk in here, the remainder part of it. Try to get all of that in there. Okay, all right. Let me add the butter, and let's go ahead and give it a mix. Now I'm gonna look at this to make sure that I have the right consistency that I'm looking for a pancake. I may have to add just a little bit of water. Okay, this is mixing up pretty good. So let me add just a little bit more water. Let it get a good mix. And remember, I said don't worry about the lumps, okay? I mean, making your own pancakes is so easy, and then you know all of the ingredients that go in it. So I think it's a lot healthier for you. All right, let me check on my sausage here. Okay, it's doing pretty good. Let me give it a flip. And let me also check on my blueberries. Again, there's no need to have it on high heat. There's no rush. Let's give it a nice spray because we don't want anything to stick. Go ahead and I'm going to turn the sausage off because this is ready. While I'm waiting on this pan to get heated, I am going to go and I'm going to taste and see how we're doing with this compote. Oh, that's good. Okay, so here, looks like our pan is ready. I am going to ladle in just one ladleful. I'm just going to do one pancake at a time. Okay, we'll do it that way. So we'll just give it a minute. What's going to happen is when you know it's time to flip the pancake over onto the other side, is around the edges it's going to start bubbling up. So what I'm going to do is just let it sit for a minute, and I am going to add the blueberries to the top before I flip it over and kind of spread them out, make them nice and neat, and then we'll have that nice blueberry pancake. So these blueberries I have, these are actually organic blueberries. You can get any kind of blueberries that you like. And they have been washed. I've kind of picked through them, make sure that I have the really nice ones, you know, because sometimes a few little funny ones slip in there. And I washed them and they are all ready to go. So we have the blueberries already positioned in there, and get a good grip on it, a nice size spatula, and we're going to do a nice flip. There we go. Ooh, nice color. So we will let that take its time and cook. Checking on this blueberry compote, looking good, looking real good. Let this blueberry pancake, wow, this is really nice. Now there's one thing that I forgot. I mean, you may not want to do it, but I just want a little extra butter, okay? So I am going to get some butter add right on the top, and then we are going to be good. Just a little slice of it, and I'm kind of, you know, just spreading it around to give it a bit more buttery taste. And I'm going to check it, okay, to see if it's ready. So I'm gonna poke just a little hole in there. Oh, look at that. Oh gosh, it looks almost like cake. Yeah, this is ready to go. And it's okay, let some of that butter seep down in there. Like that. And let me go ahead and get this plated up. It's a nice buttermilk pancake. See, you can see the blueberries here on this side, and some of them have popped open. Really nice. Then we have our sausage. This is a nice heaping amount of sausage. So here again, these are really some great blueberry buttermilk pancakes. Now, I mean, you could use whatever syrup that you want, but I'm just making this real blueberry, okay? So I'm adding the blueberry compote. Oh gosh, look at that. Oh, man. I'm doing this instead of syrup. So you just see it's nice and liquidy. Okay, so here you have it, my big breakfast. You have this good smoked turkey sausage. I have my buttermilk blueberry pancakes with blueberry compote. And then I have my nice omelet. I made this, it's a cheese and spinach and mushroom omelet, and the cheese that I'm using is Colby Jack. So I want to give this a good taste. Oh man, can't wait. See how nice, and this is really nice and fluffy. So let's taste this. I mean, the flavors are so good. This is really tasty, and it's nice and smooth, nice and soft. I like the cheese that's melted inside along with the vegetables. And the egg is so fluffy, I'm telling you. So let's go ahead and dig in and let me taste these pancakes. I can't wait. I love blueberries. And get a little bit of sausage there. So let's go all in for these blueberry buttermilk pancakes. Look at that. Oh wow. That's almost like cake, okay? Here we go. I know Mama always said don't talk with your mouth full, right? Oh, this is almost like cake. This is just really fluffy. And the blueberry compote, I'm liking this better than syrup. This is so good. This big breakfast, you're gonna wanna make this yourself. I'm telling you, it is exceptional. So look out, I'm going to put in the comments and share with you the ingredients for all of this so that you'll have it. And you're gonna see how easy it is to make your own batter for your pancakes, right? I'm telling you, and it tastes so much better. Thanks so much.